Okay, this is going to be your homework for, ideally, wow, my camera is so crooked. For ideally, like every single day, it can take 3 to 5 minutes, but it really is gonna come down to your discipline in doing this. So maybe just set a timer. I know people, like when they have a prescription to take, they set a little alarm on their phone for a certain time of day, and it goes off, and then they take the pill. Maybe you can do the same thing with this. Or habit stacking, like when you're waiting on your coffee to brew in the morning, you do these. You just lay down on the floor next to the coffee maker and do these moves. So, whatever you can find works for you to get into the habit of this. And I would say in just a couple of weeks of consistency, you're gonna notice a difference. So, first of all, it's just so nice because it starts with a deep breathing, which takes us out of fight or flight, right? It really calms down our central nervous system. It gets us into that rest and digest state, which we want. We want to be in the parasympathetic state as often as possible. We're so wired for stress and go, 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 go that we often do become like chest breathers, shallow breathers. So it is almost an art in today's day and age to breathe into our ribs and diaphragm, overflow into the belly and not be so much up in the shoulders and chest. So laying down, put your hands around your rib cage. It's not down here. Ribs are right under the chest. Okay, so have your thumbs on the back side of the ribs, and then your fingers, your other 4 fingers on the front side of the ribs. Close your eyes and take the biggest inhale and try to direct that breath directly down into the ribs so that the ribs expand forward towards the ceiling, out into the palms of the hands towards the side, and then back into the thumb towards the mat, okay? That's your inhale. Exhale through your mouth. That's when you're gonna pull your pelvic floor up and wrap your deep core in. So just start with this. Inhale into the ribs. Any overflow of the breath can go into the belly, but it's not all in the belly. Exhale through your mouth. Pull pelvic floor up. Wrap deep core, the transverse abdominis in and up. Don't do anything with your pelvis yet, it's just neutral. Okay, inhale again. As you inhale, notice that your pelvic floor is open and relaxed. Exhale through your mouth. Notice how your pelvic floor pulls up and engages as you make that ha noise. And then your deep core pulls in and up. Remember to always make an audible exhale. We're not just making a soft, quiet little exhale. It's a s or a sh or a ha. Any of those work to actually engage the pelvic floor. Pelvic floor is front to back, from the urethra to the vagina, all the way to the anus. Yes, it really is. So all those holes down there are going to be pulling up and in as if you're, people like to say for the vagina, they like to say as if you're sucking a blueberry up through a straw in your vagina. I'm because that's realistic. But whatever it takes to visualize that, I like to say I'm holding back a fart, I'm holding back pee. But for the vagina, I think it can be useful to picture you're pulling something up into it. So inhale again, practice one more time with me. Inhale into the ribs, overflow of the breath can go into the belly slightly. Exhale through your mouth. Pelvic floor pulled up first. Low abs wrapped in second. And now, let's just go ahead and do a slight tuck of the pelvis so we don't have a big arch in our back, but we're also not jamming our low back into the mat. And now from here, if you can keep that core engagement, exhale and lift both knees up into tabletop, okay? From here, make sure you're not coning. There shouldn't be any pressure pushing out in the center of the abdomen. It should be a flat stomach. You can put your hand on your stomach to see. And then you're going to exhale as you lower one heel towards the floor. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, inhale, come back up. So if you can do this without any coning or doming in the center of the abdomen, that's great. If you cannot, I need to see if y'all can see this from here. I don't know if you can. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this. Let's see. If I go right here and I lean back. I just want you to see the coning. Okay, let's try this without my camera falling. Here we go. I think this will be good. So if I do this without any engagement, notice how, do you see that? That little cone right there? Okay, yeah, y'all can definitely see that. Versus, see how it's flat versus coning. So that's the difference. As long as it's flat, you're good. If you notice coning or doming, you need to regress, which looks like this. Preparation breath in, exhale. Everything pulls up and in, slight tuck of the pelvis. And you're gonna exhale as you bring one knee into the chest. Inhale, lower. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Notice how I don't move the leg until I've taken the breath in, exhaled through my mouth, pulled my pelvic floor up, wrapped my deep core in. Then the last thing to happen is that moving piece, okay? So this is your regression from the tabletop. If you're coning, yes, this feels probably really easy. But what I like to do is close my eyes and put my hands down on that lower abdomen and really like direct all of my energy, all of my focus into my lower abs, which is the transverse abdominis, the deep core, doing all of the work for me, okay? If you're doing abs right, you should have a very hard time talking. You should not have a hard time breathing. You should still be intentionally breathing through all of the exercise, always that inhale and then the exhale to do the movement. But it should be hard to talk because everything is so engaged. So that is it.